life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Seems like you've heard it before, no? Well, it is from our Declaration of Independence. It helps us protect against a tyrannical government. It helped establish certain civil liberties, such as our right to assemble and protest against government actions, as outlined in the First Amendment. It is our civil right not to be deprived of life, liberty, or property without the due process of law, under the Due Process Clause of the Fifth Amendment. But it has been constantly infringed upon by many in the dirty and devious means of corruption. Corruption is the fraudulent misconduct of officials in power, whether it may be abuse, money laundering, or privatization. As a bundle, it is corruption. But how do we combat it? I am a member of Refrain of Government Overreach for the People. We are currently fighting against corruption in our government. Institutions are stained by greed and lust. We need you to step up for us. Our civil rights are infringed because the state cannot protect our fundamental rights to things like health care, education, and most importantly, justice. The man who redefined segregated America, Dr. MLK Jr., said, "Injustice everywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." His words shed light upon people a half-century ago, and they will light us up today as well. Do not fear. Call up your legislators. Tell them to vote aye on PMLEC, Prevention of Money Laundering and Ethical Corruption, or their seat will be ripped this 2026. Speak proud, because this is America, and we are proud Americans. The Supreme Court in 2022 created a precedent of private interference with the lawmaking process as illegal, as long as the evidence is strong and relevant to a special relationship with the government and domineering government power and actions. This strengthens our fight to reduce corruption by provoking the law and fighting in the courts. The precedent has set allows for us to punish the government officials who have been hiding and committing heinous acts to finally come to light. But the Supreme Court has recently turned its back on the people. In Snyder v. United States, the Supreme Court ruled that gratuities offered to government employees after an official act are legal. This discerns everything we have worked for, because officials could do acts and get paid later, and our government would become even more corrupt. The dissenting opinion by Justice Jackson J. stated, "Greed makes government, at every level, less responsive, less efficient, and less trustworthy from the perspective of the communities they serve. But fear not, people of America, because we have PMLEC. It includes statutes that disallow and bar private gifts from lobbyists or companies before and after an official act." Learn from Dr. MLK Jr.'s letter from a Birmingham jail. Nonviolent direct action seeks to create such a crisis and foster such a tension that a community which has constantly refused to negotiate is forced to confront the issue. It seeks so to dramatize the issue that it can no longer be ignored. Let us use our means. Our vote counts, so ring up your district legislator and tell them to vote yes on PMLEC. Also, follow our Instagram, X, Facebook, and YouTube to learn about the impacts of corruption and what you can do about it. We hope you learned the problems of our country and that our sole solution is the PMLEC. God bless America.